You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 109, posted June 2017. The legendary Hugging Wall.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. I am your DM for this adventure, Dan Morin. I have the right initials for the job. That's why they picked me. This is picking up on our last installment of the adventure, Death House. And we have a wonderful crew of adventurers assembled, most of whom are still conscious at this point.
Really?
We're going to run down the list and we're going to have them reintroduce their characters. Let's start with Aline Sims is here. Hi, Aline.
Hi, I'm actually, call me Imra Soliana. I am a Wood Elf Ranger, and I am not conscious right now. I have -4 hit points, and I'm not going to point any fingers at anyone who may have, gone for an orb or anything, but I'm just saying.
You're too good for that.
That's all. Yeah. Just taking a little nap right now.
Also here, Brian Hamilton.
Hi, I'm Bellaman, and this has been my character voice the entire time. No, hi, I'm Bellaman. I'm a Dragonborn sorcerer, and I'm in okay shape. I have no one to blame for that at all.
All right. Erica Ensign's here.
Hi, I am playing Bruldish, the Dwarven Paladin, and right now I would be very scared because I'm slightly possessed by a small child, except that I'm unconscious. I'm at -7 hit points. So I'm not exactly scared, but when I wake up, I suspect I'm getting the heck out of here. Just saying.
All right. I think we can all agree the man of the hour, Micah Sargent. Hi, Micah.
Aloha and hello. My character is Elevor, and he's feeling pretty great right now. Elevor has 3 hit points, is a half-elf druid, and totally didn't go for an orb that means nothing, because DM Dan Morin, open quote, DM close quote, is not a mean person who makes me think that orbs are worth value that are worth hardly any value at all.
Right. And if there's...
Yeah, that's his fault.
I tell you, if there's one person who knows about being a dungeon master and all of the mean things that you get to do that come with that, it's our last player, Scott McNulty. Hi, Scott.
Hello, I am playing Karakir, a tiefling monk who, for the record, said, maybe we shouldn't touch that orb.
And everything worked out great after that. So, as we left, to a quick recap, our characters found themselves, after being at a campfire, they found themselves mysteriously transported to a land of fog and shadows. I'm not really sure what the deal is, but they found a town, they found some creepy-looking children, and they investigated reports from those children of a monster in the basement of a house. They've been exploring that house and have found, among other things, that those children were perhaps not exactly what they thought they were, because they found the dead skeletons of those children. Dead skeletons? Redundant? Yeah, sure. And
Not in Dungeons & Dragons.
That's true. It's a good point.
Yeah.
It could be undead skeletons.
Most recently, you have ventured into the basement of the house, which seems to contain a fairly large dungeon, and you have fought some creatures in that dungeon, and yes, most recently, some shadows that have been somewhat problematic for your party. And as we draw back the curtain, 2 of your members are unconscious. Most of you are probably not doing too great, but you dispatched those shadows, which means now you are out of combat and you have a chance to heal up your colleagues as much as you can and decide what you're going to do next. So I leave it to you. I think we have 2 characters who are both at negative hit points. You can attempt to stabilize them with a medicine check.
I have been stabilized. Right.
Good. All right. So you should.
I think I was 2.
All right. If you were both stabilized, I think you are now at 0 hit points, if my memory serves.
Okay.
That is correct. And then we can wait 1d4 hours, and you will gain 1 hit point.
Oh, great. I do have a question about the death saves. Do the failures go away, or is that for the whole day?
I believe they do. Well, they didn't used to in 40.
Failures reset after a long rest. Is that right?
Yeah. I will take a look at that for a second. In the meantime, you can, I think if you are conscious, you should be able to spend a hit die if you have one in order to get some more hit points. But that, I'm not sure for our are unconscious but stabilized folks, you may need healing from a external source.
I don't know if we have an external source, but we might just have to wait.
Are both of the unconscious people the people with all the healing spells?
I
I have a healing
word.
spell.
Okay.
Do you have any left? I thought you were out of spells.
Remind me again how to check that.
If you take a look at your character sheet, under the top right there, it should say spells next to core and
Yes.
bio, and it should list
Oh,
next to it.
I have 3, I think, left.
I think you may have 3 total, but 0
Oh,
may be the
gotcha.
number you have currently left.
Yes, I do have 0. Sorry.
Yeah, as for the rest of you, let's see here. So,
The number of your death saves is reset to 0 when you regain any hit points or become stable.
Oh,
okay,
thank
so
goodness.
good news. You're not in current dire. Well, you're in somewhat dire straits.
It could be worse.
Yeah, I
Could be
have
raining.
one spell slot open, so I can cure wounds
Me too.
if
Yeah, I have no way to
If I
heal
wake up.
anybody.
And I have a single hit die to spend if I wake
yeah,
up.
me too. Agree. Yep.
All right, so
Twinsies.
here's what we're
Twinsies.
going to say. We're going to say that at this point, you guys decide this is a great time for a short rest, which is an hour. I will say after that hour, Bruldish and Imra both return to a single hit point and are conscious. And anybody who in that hour wants to use a hit die, if they have one, feel free. The other question will be if any of you, I don't know if any of you regain spell slots during a short rest or not. It depends class to class.
Does it?
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting.
Um,
You just roll the hit die, right? That's how that works.
roll the hit die and add your Constitution modifier, I believe.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I don't regain any spell slots until a long rest, which we're not doing.
Yeah,
Great.
because that's 6 hours, so you'd have to find some place to nap.
All right. Well, I'm going to use my single hit die.
I did as well.
So I'm up to 8 HP without using.
Oh,
I'm up
I'm
to
at-
8 HP without using cure
What if
wounds.
I
I'm
have-
at 10. We're no longer twinsies.
What if I have medicine as a very powerful skill of mine?
Well, medicine
I
is
think
very
that's-
good for patching people up, but it doesn't necessarily let you regain any healing.
I
Usually
think that's
that
how you
requires
stabilized me, so I do appreciate that.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, so that's basically that let you get use your first aid knowledge to make sure that your friends were not in immediate danger of dying, but your options for healing them are limited because you don't really have a good way for them to rest or recover. It generally requires magical means.
Noted.
Yeah, we're in Death House. I think we're always in somewhat immediate danger of dying.
There is always a little bit of that. So, now that you guys are sort of upright, you will recall that you are in this room, which contained a wooden statue, as well as some skeletons shackled to the walls. The statue was formerly holding a smoky gray crystal orb. Elevor now has that. If you ever make it out of Death House alive, it's worth 25 gold pieces. You can totally hawk that.
You're rich,
Hey,
Oliver.
Elevor, can I see that orb for a second? I just want to hold it. I think it may have some mystical monk abilities.
It doesn't include crushing blow because you may not.
He's very protective of his orb.
I also need a long rest before I regain my spells.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are it's gonna
Honestly,
be an
as soon as I'm
interesting
awake, I will either cower in the corner or just try to leave. Unless somebody stops me, because I'm freaking out right now. I'm so scared. This has never happened before. I've never been scared.
Seeing as how many of the corners are featuring skeletons, may not be a good idea to crouch in a corner.
You guys, I
never been
think we
scared?
should. I think we should go back upstairs. I think we should go back upstairs.
No, we can't do that.
I think we should go back upstairs.
We've got to figure this out. We have to figure this out
Why?
That is a good
because
question.
that's what we're here for.
I don't
It's a
think we're going to
mystery.
get out
We've
of
gotta
the
do
death
this.
house unless
Yeah.
we figure it out.
Yeah, I think across the street, I believe, is the Lifehouse. Why don't we just go there?
What a great band. Not a great band. I
too.
will also remind you. I think when you guys leveled up, each of you got an inspiration die. For those of you who have not used it, which is basically a D20 that you can use to sort of give yourself advantage on a roll. Just keep that in mind. Something that you might want to use at some point.
Can you have more than one inspiration?
You can only have
at a
one
time?
at any time.
Oh,
I wonder if I've
I
used
didn't know that. I should have used my last one then.
Everybody gets one.
So there's still this ghostly chanting. Is that right, Dan?
That's right. The whole downstairs, you've noticed, basically wherever you go, as soon as you came in, you could hear an eerie, incessant chanting, but you weren't really sure where it came from. It was kind of hard to localize. You do feel, I think at one point you decided it was getting a little louder towards the north, because I think you found some stairs down. And which is over here on the north, and I think you decided that the chants were likely coming from that direction. There are a few areas you have not yet investigated, mostly to the north. There were also some crypts that you passed before that you elected not to open because it might be dangerous, and fortunately, you escaped that danger. So that's
We're
great.
sharks, so we don't want to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So at this point, you have decisions to make about where you want to go.
And so to the west, I guess.
Home.
Thanks to
I want to
this
go home.
Map. Is there? That's a door next to Imra.
Next to Imra, you can see, I think that's just at this point, there's not so much a door there as there is just an open hallway that goes around the corner, but you haven't really looked around the corner yet.
Let's look around the corner. Wait, no, I'm not going to say anything. No.
I will.
Somebody else.
I'll peek around the corner down there.
All right, so
See if I see anything.
Karakir will peek around the corner, and you see that hallway ends in what appears to be another door.
Guys,
Is it
I
a
found
door or is it a slab?
What's that?
Is it a door or is it one of those?
This
slabs?
is a door. There's a door there.
Is it a wooden door?
It is, as with most of the doors here, I think a lot of them are stone.
Is it a stone door?
It is a stone door.
Does it have a doorknob?
Sure, it does have a doorknob.
Does it have any markings on it that I can see by peeking my head around the lintel there?
I don't think that there is much. No, there's not really anything in the way of markings on it. It seems like a fairly standard door of most of the kinds you've seen before.
Super interested in this door.
Yeah, this is a very interesting door to you.
Hey, everybody! I found the most interesting door in the world.
I think you should go through that door. Go.
Does it look safe?
It doesn't matter. Go inspect the door.
It has less skeletons near it than this room does at the moment. I'm going to walk into the hallway and walk up to the door, and I will attempt to listen at the door.
Do that knock, that dun 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 dun, and see if anything knocks back.
Shaving a haircut?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, you're attempting to listen at the door?
Yeah.
How are you doing that?
That's never a good question. I will, I suppose, just kind of, I'm not going to touch the door, but I will get as close as I can and try and hear something using perception.
Okay. Yeah, roll a perception for me.
19.
19 is pretty good. From as far as you can tell, there is nothing on the other side. There's no noise coming from it at all. You haven't noticed anything.
It's quiet.
I think quiet.
No, we don't have any rogues with us, do we?
I think you are rogueless.
No, but Elevor has been able to pop a couple of locks for us.
Pop and lock.
If it's locked.
Yeah, wait, is it even locked?
Well, my question was, I don't know if it's trapped, but I'm going to open it. I'm going to try to open the door.
Do it.
All right, so Karakir grabs the door handle, and Karakir, something weird happens. When
damn
you
it.
Is it that, in D&D I expect something to happen, so is the weird thing that nothing happens and the door just opens?
You grab the door, and when you grab the handle, you realize you can't let go.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Also,
this story's
something
really interesting.
tries to eat you.
Also, way to bury the lead.
Scott,
Yes.
you
Am I
are
dead?
you are gonna.
My characters love mimics.
That door is a mimic, and it attacks Karakir. So we shall do some initiative here.
All right.
I'm sure this
away,
will go
mimic.
great.
Oh, I guess I should roll initiative.
All right, select my token first.
Oops. Yes.
I'm just rolling a d20. I have a 19 initiative, Dan.
If you're anything like
19. Okay.
like a fox, you could always chew your arm off, and we could just go the other way.
Well, on my character, it says exactly like a fox.
Good. Let's try that.
I rolled a 16.
I have a 2 initiative.
All right. Let me bring up the tracker here. Okay, so let's see. Bruldish, Bellaman, Elevor is already in there. Imra, Karakir. Add you all to the initiative. Bellaman, what did you have?
2.
Great. Yeah. Okay, Bruldish.
15.
Yep, 15.
Karakir.
19.
And Imra, looks like you had a 16.
Yep.
The Mimic is weirdly not on that list, but I will fix that.
Karakir's on there
Move it.
twice.
Yeah, I see double Karakir.
What the heck, Karakir? Which one did you have? 12 or 19?
19.
Okay.
2 characters are better than 1.
Indeed. All right, so let me select. That's
So
because
mimic,
I'm going to
and
move you
Karakir.
for 1 second,
Sure, he's
Karakir,
still
so I
out.
can get at the Mimic.
Get at that mimic.
There we go. Mimic gets a 9. Let's sort. So, Karakir, normally you would be up first. However, I believe because that Mimic probably got a chance to get the drop on you.
I was prepared for this.
Always prepared.
So let's see what he's going to do.
Maybe he just wants a hug.
Yeah, so he's adhering to you.
See?
And he's going to
That's how I describe
probably, do a pseudopod attack on you.
I wake up in the morning and I adhere to my wife. Good morning to her.
Cleave to her, as it were.
That's right.
Okay, 11. versus
11 will
AC.
miss.
All right, so it tries to stick to you, but it's sticky, but not like so sticky that you're like peeling it off slowly.
Ugh.
But it doesn't seem to have quite managed to get you into its grasp the way it would like. And now it is your turn.
So I am not stuck to this mimic.
Yes, I don't believe you. Well, hold on, let's see here. You are.
You're the
well, you
DM,
did
so you can tell
touch
me.
it. All right, so let's see if you can make a ability check. Let's see, make a escape a check using either strength or to sort of pull yourself off, or some sort of
prefer-
dexterity to escape.
I prefer dexterity.
Okay.
I'm stuck on Mimic brand because Mimic stuck on me.
14.
14.
Yep.
All right, you managed to peel yourself away from the mimic.
Yay. And I am going... Now, is that my action, or can I take the disengage action?
Let's see. That was probably your action. You can move, though. You just might prefer. You would potentially provoke.
Correct. I will try and move.
Okay. So the mimic will get another attempt to hit you.
Bring it on, mimic.
13.
13 misses.
All right. So Karakir deftly slips away from the mimic.
Bravo.
I say there, that door, while interesting, is... here's a fun fact about that door. It wasn't a door, it's a mimic.
I rock back and forth.
Oh, and also, it's much scarier now down there.
I'd like to picture that, like, you know, Bruldish was like, no, is it a scary door? And Karakir's like, a door never hurt anybody.
Everything is... I'm questioning everything in my life.
Mimics
Imra.
of unusual size? I don't believe they exist.
Imra, Karakir has told you that door is not a door, but in fact is a jar and is a mimic.
The door is ajar?
The door is a jar.
Smash it. Smash it.
It's a door. It's a jar, but it's full of
fake jar.
hornets.
Shatter it.
You
mean-
love jars, Scott. It's fine.
I was going to say, Scott knows all about jars.
That's right.
The door was a little jarring.
All right, so if I just like, I know we did this last episode too. If I kind of like peek around the corner and hit it with my short sword, is that something like I can do at a disadvantage?
I think we
or-
decided you can do that at a disadvantage.
Okay.
There is a corner there, but you're like doing something really awkward, right? Where you try to like bend around and like poke it from far away.
All right, so I'm going to try that because I don't want to get like super close to it. I don't have a lot of HP, so.
All right, give me an attack roll. And if it's a disadvantage, you roll twice and take the lower.
So.
I think you got a 10 with the
10.
lower one.
Yep.
Which is not quite enough to hit a mimic. So you like reach around the corner, but it's so awkward trying to like get around the corner that when you like the short sword can't quite get there.
Okay. Well, since that didn't work, well, even if it had worked, I'm going to move back. So maybe it'll come in here and give us a little bit more room to hit it.
Okie dokie. Bruldish, it's your turn.
I'm rocking back and forth in place.
Free action.
Yep. That's
As
it.
a free action, I'm going to hit Pat Bruldish a little bit since I'm standing right next to her.
So
Snap out of
Bruldish is freaking out. The mimic's turn. All right. The mimic's going to go and run up and try to... yeah, that's my mimic impression.
I hate that mimic noise.
Mimic the mimic.
And try to pseudopod Elevor, who is the closest person there.
And the mimic says, "Give me back my orb."
Elevor 15 versus AC.
That is gonna hit.
All right, you're going to take some damage there. 5 bludgeoning damage.
All right, I am negatory.
Uh-oh. All right. And you were also, in theory, stuck to it, but it may be less excited about being stuck to you since you are unconscious.
Stuck to me, stuck to you like glue. -2 hit points, folks.
All right. Well, Elevor, good news. It's your turn. Roll a d20 for a death saving throw.
Get a 20.
I will do just that.
Don't get a 1.
There's a shortcut roll, right?
Slash roll.
Slash
D20.
roll.
18. All right, good. You succeeded that. So you are still doing okay there. And that is your turn. Bellamin, we're around to you.
All right, great. I'm going to use my quarterstaff to try to bludgeon this this mimic into submission.
Alrighty.
That's a critical fail.
So you swing wildly, but this thing is like dancing around, making its creepy noises, and you're like, and
Really
so
throws me off, too.
your wild quarterstaff flailing is not exactly landing any hits on the mimic.
Yakety Sax starts playing in the background.
Character.
I will also use my quarterstaff. And
I'm sorry. Before I do that, Bellamin, did you want to do anything else with it? You could try to move, but you would provoke an attack. Although,
yeah, I'm not going to do that.
No, it has not on this turn yet. It did that on last turn. All right, Karakir, you are attacking it with your
quarterstaff. 20, I imagine, might hit.
That'll hit.
Nice.
I hit it with my quarterstaff. I miss with my fist.
It's probably just as well because
I think so. But I had to do it, so it takes 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
10 points of bludgeoning damage. Okay, nice.
And I guess I'll stay there.
You stay there. All right, Imra.
Maybe I'll move.
All right. It is far away now, so I am going to hit it, well, theoretically hit it, with my longbow.
Alrighty.
All right. So that is 7. Oh, wait, no, 20. Gosh. Skipping steps. 17.
17 will hit.
Okay, and that's 7 piercing damage.
Excellent. All right, so the mimic gets it's not how it's an arrow stuck out of it as well. It's looking a little confused, but it's still pretty hungry. Bruldish.
All right, now that I see it, I'm like, So I'm going to make my charisma saving throw to, everything's tiny. Try that again.
21.
21.
Very
All
nice.
right.
Okay, so you steal up your courage to face down this scary monster.
I've just had enough. I'm just going to run at it with my axe. And just screaming.
Die,
in
you
Hela's
stupid
name.
door!
See what happens. I rolled a 5.
All right, so you try to plant your axe in it, and unfortunately, you narrowly miss, and it chinks into the floor right next to it. Pling! And so, unfortunately, no damage there, but you've steeled your courage up a bit. The mimic decides that, let's see, who's the last person to hit it? Karakir?
Yes.
Okay, so it seems like that is great. It will attempt to hit you with a pseudopod. 17.
17 will hit.
All right, so you will take 5 bludgeoning damage.
All right. I'm okay.
And does it get to? I'm trying to decide if it still gets to hit you. It's still in door form. So I think you are currently still. So it's gonna hit you and stick to you a little bit, but it will not be able to do anything else to you on this point. But next round, it gets advantage on attack rolls if it's grappling you, basically.
Okay, so I'm currently grappled.
Yeah, so you're currently being grabbed by this mimic.
Gotcha.
All right, Elevor.
Ugh. I rolled a 1.
Wow,
dear.
you guys need to bring your games up here, guys. Come on.
Elevor, remember when I said don't roll a 1? So you're rolling death saves. That counts as 2 failures.
Oh, scheisse.
All right, so somebody who is near Elevor is probably going to want to try to stabilize him.
Yes, because you have 1 failure between you and eternal
And
rest.
death.
No good.
You know what? It wouldn't be so bad.
At least
Everybody
I have my
here
orb.
hates me. It's fine.
Bellaman.
Okay.
You can do, if you have medicine, I don't know how your medicine skill is, but if you have a decent medicine skill, you could try to stabilize Elevor.
Even if you don't,
I don't.
you can
I really,
try,
really don't.
but-
Yeah, I think you just have to roll a 10 or better, or get a 10 or better. So
Yeah, I really don't. I'm rolling terribly right now, so I'm going to try to quarterstaff
Elevor.
the mimic again.
Quarterstaff me.
Okay, that was an 18. I regret not using that to help Elevor.
Thanks.
Yeah, so, I was going to say, Bellaman decides to change sides. The mimic sounds pretty good. Joining the forces.
This door makes a lot of good points.
So what did you roll there?
That was an 18 versus
All right,
AC.
great. So you hit the mimic. What kind of damage do you do?
Ooh, 8 bludgeoning damage. I got a critical success or
Nice.
complete D6 or what the term is. It's not a natural 20 because it's a natural 6, I guess, for a D6.
Max damage,
Oh, yeah,
as we call it
something-
in the biz.
Something I wanted to mention, just to be clear, as I recall in the last encounter, when the shadows hit some of you, they reduced your strength.
They did.
That's right.
That went away at the end of your short rest. So
good.
if you did alter anything to take into account, everything is back to the place where it should be. So just keep that in mind.
Phew.
Okay, so that was an additional 8 damage, right?
Yes, 8 damage to the mimic.
8 damage to the mimic. Alrighty. Nicely done. Karakir.
All right, so I am already grappled by the mimic, so I
Yeah.
am just going to hit it with my quarterstaff and then try and punch it in its knob.
Stupid face.
It's a door. Keep it clean, people.
Punching
Sounds like a
knobs and
Britishism
taking
almost.
names.
That's right.
Little jab in the knob.
11. Does 11 hit?
11 does not quite enough. You punch it, but it's natural armor. It seems to be okay.
Knob is
All right,
armored.
so I
That's
punch
great.
it. Well, I hit it with my. I miss with my quarterstaff. I punch it for 5 points of damage.
Nice. Okay. And Mimic takes 5 points of damage. All right. Anything else, Karakir?
I cannot try
Yeah,
and
you're-
escape because I attacked
you're-
it, so I'm chilling.
All right. Imra.
So I need to be right next to Elevor to be able to do a medicine check, yes?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
you're gonna-
Could she squeeze into that half square?
Yeah, I think you could if you wanted to. I think there's enough space there.
All right, Elevor.
Everybody hates me.
Everybody hurts sometime, Elevor.
Well, there's a reason I'm not a healer. It's just, okay. Just don't, All right, so I'm going to move next to
More of a
Elevor.
herder.
I really am. I like hurting things. What can I say? Oh, so I'm really sorry, Elevor. I rolled a 2, and I have a +2 modifier, so I did nothing.
All right, so you're like, Elevor, wake up! And Elevor is like,
Oh, were you
he's out.
were you casting a spell or were you doing a medicine check?
I was doing a medicine check.
Oh, I
Does that count as a fail for Micah?
No, you be quiet.
I don't want that to fail.
No. It is not. It does not cast as a fail.
Don't
they're
remind the DM.
Can it please count as a fail, dear God?
All right, so Imra is shaking Elevor, but Elevor is stubbornly unconscious. He never does anything the party wants, like wake up.
I think I maybe even like hurt him a little bit. Just, little overzealous there.
He gave me whiplash.
All right, Bruldish, we're around to you.
All right. Well, I have one spell left, and guess what I can do? I can cure. I can cure wounds. So I'm going to use my last spell to do a cure wounds
It's beautiful.
on Elevor.
The music swells in the background. Someone finally is healing.
So you get 8 hit points.
So you start from 0.
You start from
Micah.
0 and
Yeah,
end up at
so
8.
you'll
Oh,
be at 8.
cool. I
But
get
you
to
are-
start from 0?
Yep. But you're prone because you were knocked down. So you'll have to spend some of your action to get up again.
So basically I had to like dodge a little bit because I'm worried about the mimic and just sort of like reach out with one hand and just ding.
All right, so Elevor is back up, which is great because
ding, ding.
right at he's
Oh, God.
right
You
at-
can
Don't
always
dare
count on
hit
the
me.
you can always count on the paladin to come through.
All right, the mimic here, but the mimic is adhered to Karakir. He's
Yes.
really, really very fond of Karakir.
Well,
And
this door and I have known each other for at least 7 to 10 seconds, and I feel like a strong bond has developed.
The mimic feels so strongly about it that it will bite you. Attack 12.
That will miss.
All right, so it bites into your armor or whatever. You're like a monk, so you're not even wearing armor.
I am not.
All right, it like snaps at you, but
I'm
it
a
doesn't quite
naturalist
manage to. Well, you're like got the arm, and you're like, too slow, mimic.
I fend off its advances.
Very nice, Elevor.
Okay, so I obviously spent some of my attack to get up.
Half your movement.
Or wait, yeah, move to get up.
Yeah, so you're not going anywhere, but you can still have a chance to attack.
So what can I do since I had to get up? What does that leave me?
That's fine.
able to do?
That was just your movement. So if you wanted to like
gotcha.
run away, you would be like limited as to how far you go, but you still have all of your attack left, so you can treat that as normal.
Gotcha.
Don't mess
and if
up.
I try
Everything
to,
hinges on this.
If I try to hit this thing while it's stuck to my pal, what is that?
fine.
Okay,
That's fine.
I'm not going to hurt.
I mean, how close are you in Karakir, really?
Yeah, I think I like this door better than I like you.
I'm waiting for
you know what?
Elevor to
maybe.
try to like bludgeon this thing to death with his orb.
You like this more than you like me, I hear. You know what?
Great time to
Whatever.
change sides, Elevor. Mimic is hiring.
Look, the Cult of the Door is sounding pretty great right now. I don't know. I'm afraid to do anything that's going to hurt anyone.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You can totally attack this without any negative effects on Karakir.
Okay, then I will. Am I close enough to scimitar it?
Yeah, absolutely. You're
All
right next to it.
Then I'm going to scimitar it.
An 11, as we have, I think, learned, is not quite enough. So you try to scimitar it, but it like rebounds off its natural armor.
Okay.
Bellaman.
Quarterstaff time. Oh, that's another critical fail.
Oh my god, guys. All right. Anything else, Bellaman?
I pat Elevor on the back as a free action.
Bellman, are you better at using spells? Because you could always back up and just Ray of Frost this.
I have no spell slots.
You have
But you have-
cantrips.
Cantrips.
No, you have
Cantrips that do
cantrips.
damage, which we
Remember
learned
this.
at the end of last time.
That's right. You can cast as many cantrips
That's
as
true.
you like, but one around. But
Oh my god, why
I'm
did
just
I
thinking
use
your bonus to
poison
hit
spray?
might be higher with a spell than it is with a physical weapon.
Yeah, because
It
you're like
is,
a
it is.
sorcerer, right?
Yeah, it is. I just am rolling
Sorcerer
terribly
some
regardless
stuff.
of if I have.
he hates magic.
All right.
Oh,
Karakir.
that's my turn.
It's a secret.
That's a very conflicted character.
Karakir, you're up.
Oh, that's me.
There's a mimic stuck to you.
I've got a mimic stuck to me, so I do the only thing that I should. I try to kill it.
Smart.
Something touches me, I try to kill it.
Well,
Just like in life. 12
That's enough to hit.
and a 13, so I hit it twice.
Nice.
So that is 5 and 7, so 12 altogether.
Very nice. 12 damage to the mimic. It is not looking so hot. but it's still stuck to you.
Why won't you die?
Imra.
All right. How far away do I need to be to use the longbow?
Oh,
Am I okay?
You're fine right here. You
I'm
basically
good.
don't
Okay.
want to use it when you're adjacent to the bad guy, because it's hard to use at point blank range. But when you're a spacer away, you're all set.
Okay. Oh, frick. So I rolled a 7. Oh, no. So I'm just going to retire this d20.
What's your modifier? Did you roll a 7, natural 7, or was that after your pluses?
Oh, wait. Oh. 12.
12? Well,
12.
that's enough to hit a mimic.
Holy
Maybe even
moly.
kill a mimic.
Maybe. All right. Do I have my d8? All right. Ooh, I rolled an 8 plus 3 is 11 piercing damage. Is the
Very
most I can
nice.
do.
All right, that mimic is not quite dead, but it seems to be on its last pseudopod. Bruldish.
This mimic has got me quite in a jam.
And you know about jams. You know from jams.
That's right. Jam.
So Bruldish, can you finish off the mimic and save your
Let's
friends?
see. Hala, be with me.
Yes. Try and get it to its threshold.
That's
12 is enough.
But
hit
is
a mimic.
3 damage enough?
How is it 3? Oh, is that your natural strength, or did you not up your strength again? Do you only have a +1 to damage?
Yeah,
Really? Okay.
that's what it says.
All right. Okay. Just checking.
My strength is only 12. I'm not super strong.
Okay. All right.
Unless that's...
I didn't know if you had reduced it due to the whole
Oh,
shadow thing.
I totally did.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Oops, no, stop rolling. I want to...
So what is your strength normally?
17.
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems a lot. So your modifier is what, +3?
Yes, it should be +3.
So that would have been
2 more.
5 damage.
Yep.
I got good news for you. 5 damage. 3 damage will not kill a mimic, but 5 damage will kill a mimic.
Sweet.
Yay!
Well done. So Bruldish, tell me how you finish off this mimic.
After begging for my god's help, I just raise my axe as high as my little dwarf body will let me, and just bring it straight down on top of the pseudopod.
So you
just
bring it
slice
right
it away.
down through that door, and the door goes, and then just like cleaved in two.
Ew.
Yeah, and it turns back into a creepy looking creature now that it's dead. It no longer looks like a door.
I continue to hit it with my axe several more times.
Mimic kindling is what you're making here.
That's right.
All right.
It's a screen door.
Well done. You have defeated the mimic. You are out of combat.
Okay, you guys, this is awful. Nobody feels
Yes.
good right now. I honestly think we should go upstairs and bolt ourselves in one of the little rooms. Perhaps that little one where the kids were. I think we should go up there to that room and close the door and just take a long rest and come back down here when we're feeling better.
I like that plan, although I don't know if there's any urgency right now to find this monster or anything in terms of like trying to find everything
Right,
without
like-
doing a 6-hour rest.
Yeah, like why?
I like the idea of having all of my stuff back in order.
Me too.
Yeah.
And use,
I mean, or we could leave the house and hide in a different house. I don't know. We just
We don't know what we'll find in other houses, though.
At least we know
Yeah.
what we'll find here, which is mimics.
I really like the idea of that the room where the kids were.
All right, I'm on
I
board
feel like
for.
that's a safe place to be.
I will say, just FYI, now that you defeated that, there's no longer a door in that doorway down there.
Okay.
So you can see that there's like a room beyond.
Oh,
I wonder what's in that room.
Wait, no.
My vote is we wait. Let's investigate that later.
Yeah, because I'm
I
down
mean, unless
to,
it looks like a room that we could just,
But it's right there.
close ourselves in right here.
Well,
Because
there's no door.
oh, right, never mind.
We killed it.
Yeah, I'm down to
Point
8
well taken.
HP. I have no hit dice. I have 1 spell slot, so I can cure wounds. But like I'm down to pretty bare
I'm on
bones.
team. Go back to the kids' room and rest.
Although that room might have some healing potions or something in it.
But we don't know that.
You were not the
potion might be a
DM. You were
mimic.
not
that
the
everybody's
DM
like-
luring us into this room.
I like that everybody's like, you remember that room with those 2 child skeletons? That seems like a
That
safe
seems
place to hang out.
preferable. Safe place to go.
Yep, I want to stay there. It seems. I'm just playing the character. I feel like that was the place the kids wanted to stay, so that's the place I want to go back to.
You had some ideas last time. I don't know if you finished formulating them, but you were, I know Bruldish and Imra, you were asking about removing this particular possession. And so it might bear at least some thinking on what you could do that might solve that problem.
That might be the kind of thing that we could do while we're taking a long rest.
Yes, we have a chat.
Or perhaps the answer is in that room.
I don't care if there are
Just
healing
over
potions.
there.
Healing potions don't bring back spell slots.
This is true.
That is true.
So
If you want to go look, that's fine, but I'm not coming to save you. I sit down in a huff.
I'm gonna peek my head through the doorway of this room just to see if there's anything in
something
there.
weird happens.
That doorway is also a mimic.
Something weird happens. Nothing happens, which is in itself weird, as we know. There is a room here. It is a basically it looks like some sort of den. Essentially, it's
a den.
Yeah, there's like a big screen TV. No, there's a chandelier suspended above a table in the middle of the room. It's flanked by 2 high-backed chairs. On the table, there's an empty clay jug, some clay flagons, some iron candlesticks in a couple corners, but their candles are long since melted away. But basically, yeah, it seems like this was sort of some sort of room used for rest, relaxation, something like that.
It's a rest room.
A rest room.
Room. Huh.
Say.
And I will just go ahead and reveal this part up here, since you can basically figure out those quarters connect up there.
Ah, there we go. All right. Well, this room
Is
is
this
not
the
as
room where
exciting as
we
I
want to
hoped.
rest?
There is also, just to be clear, there
Is that an
also
open doorway or a door?
there's an open doorway over on the other side of the room.
Could we
Can I see
make
what's through
this
that doorway?
barricade?
Through this doorway, would you like to step into the room?
Would I like to step into the room? You
No.
ask?
No.
Oh my god.
I'm staying far away from the room.
I will not step into the room, although I would like to. I'm not going to.
I mean, you can see that there's like a short hallway, and you get the sense that there's probably a room basically just around the corner there.
Okay.
Just around the riverbed.
But you can't make out any details of it from where you are.
I walk away.
Okay.
I explain what I saw. I assume nobody wants to go look.
I am actually on board with Scaredy Cat's plan. I think we should go rest. I think we should go rest.
Which one of you is scared
Yes.
cat?
All of us right now.
I don't know what's happened to our paladin,
Goldish.
but she's just not meeting my expectations of bravery here.
It's time for her performance review.
Well, Bruldish, we think that you're an important part of the team, but there's some
2
performance
stars and a
issues that
wish.
need to be addressed.
Am I going on probation?
Would you like to do anything else in this room before you leave?
Can
I spit on
Replace
the
the
statue
orb.
as we walk by.
is there a statue I can smash or just like something?
Oh yeah, you could
Not
totally.
put
It's
it
made
in
out of wood. It's pretty easy. You could set fire to it.
Ooh.
That doesn't sound like a good idea in the
No,
basement
no,
of the
please don't
house we're
fire
about to
anything
rest
right
in.
now.
Did we search this room, or did we just take the orb and deal with
No,
the
we
consequences?
I think we looked, or at least I remember rolling some stuff to try and get more information about the orb before.
I think you rolled on the orb. I'm not sure you rolled beyond that.
I rolled
No.
perception, but I only got a 7, so it's just a room with skeletons in it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much.
I want to search the statue and see if there's anything other than the orb.
I got a 2 on perception. I'm still just rocking back and forth.
I got a 12, so I'm not sure if I'll find anything on the statue.
Were you looking specifically at the statue?
Yes.
The statue, as far as you can tell, it's kind of crude, and other than what you noticed before, which is like it's a gaunt, pale-faced man wearing a big black cloak, and he's got a wolf next to him, and his right hand is outstretched and empty now. But there's not much, you get the feeling that it was clearly made by the people who were hanging out here. Like it was not like a, piece of professional art so much as a sort of weird figure of adoration that somebody decided they had to carve a statue of.
It's crude, like he's making a naughty gesture.
Yes, exactly. You can tell now that you've removed the orb from his hand that his middle finger is out.
That's why it was there.
I should have known.
Did anybody else roll perception on this, on the room or anything?
I did. I got a 2
Okay.
It's a
on
room.
room as a whole.
If you bothered to look up from your huddle, you might be able to tell there's a room there.
I got a 19 just for
Perception? Nice. Imra, you notice something kind of off about the east wall. And specifically, right around here. Oop, can I do this? Sorry. right here in the east wall.
Do not investigate.
Oh my god.
I'm intrigued.
You notice that some of the clay on that wall has sort of like peeled away, and you can kind of see what looks like just rotting wood behind it.
There is a secret room back there.
There you go. That's what you know.
All right, so I think there's something on that wall. I don't know if we should check it out, though. I'm kind of
I look over and I walk over to it.
I'm still team. Let's get some rest. You're killing me. This monk is killing me.
Right.
I run away to the other side.
I'm taking notes.
Karakir, you walked up, and you can tell pretty clearly as you
just
get
wanna
there
look at
that there's clearly a wooden panel behind that, behind the sort of clay wall here, and it could be pretty easily sort of the clay could be knocked away along with that rotted wood. You suspect this might be a door.
This,
Belman's running for dear life.
I suspect this might be a door.
Wrong way, Bellaman.
Bellaman, where are you
Wrong way. No.
I'm running away.
You're going down the stairs.
Down the stairs, yeah, deeper. That's a good way to
Oh,
run
I thought
away.
that was upstairs.
No. Thank God we stopped Bellaman.
Further
So-
down.
There's a door here. I kind of want to open it.
You look back and we're all huddled in the corner, scared.
But if everybody doesn't want me to, I won't.
Hey, I have an idea. Because I heard Karakir talking ish. Why don't we just let Karakir go in there, all on Karakir's lonesome, and see what's in there? If it's a room, I don't know. Maybe it's just a pocket in the wall. I didn't quite catch
Maybe
that.
it's another mimic.
Hey.
Mimics love hiding behind clay. Little known fact.
Mimics also love Karakir.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
we can just go rest for a little bit and then come back down and
This is true.
investigate. Like,
Yeah.
And yeah,
like just because we rest doesn't mean that we don't come back here. It just means that we get more than 8 HP.
unless something
There's the
happens.
teacher voice.
All right, I'm not going to open it, but I would like to.
It looks tantalizing, character.
I get my hand reaches out to it very quick.
I'm grabbing Karakir and kind of like pulling him. Like,
Let's go.
Come
Just
on,
for
let's just
I'm hanging out with Elevor.
Yeah, I'm on my way back now.
All right, so are you guys all going back upstairs? Is that the deal here?
Yes.
to
Yeah.
a room with a door we can shut.
Okay. So you guys head back upstairs, which takes you all the way back. In fact, let's just pop and lock ourselves back to the first map. So back to the house.
Look at all these things we've killed. There's the broom. Oh, I remember the broom.
Oh, good times.
Yeah, the
Remember that time we
potato.
killed a broom.
Remember the potato.
This
So
is all an effort
potato,
to terrify
yes.
Bellamin. This is all an effort to terrify Bellamin into being afraid of regular household objects like brooms and doors.
As all this adventure is intended to do, is make you scared of these things. Okay, so you've decided to lock yourself into the room with the two childlike corpses and the dollhouse. Did you just pick that lock, or did you break that door down?
We picked it. I picked
I
it.
think yeah.
He picked the lock.
Okay.
He popped and locked.
So you feel like you could probably secure it again.
Brace it shut with the Utoy chest, perhaps.
Yeah.
That should probably stop any marauding monsters. Like,
I mean, some of these monsters can go through walls, I assume, anyway. So it's just we're at the corner of the house. I'm fine.
this.
I
good
find
we're
a
gonna
spare
get-
sheet and cover the corpses.
Yeah, I
say
was
find
gonna
a spare
say.
sheet and hide under it.
With the
Poke
corpses.
2 holes in the
With the
sheet, and
corpses.
then I'm gonna pretend to be a ghost.
This
I'll find
room's
some
haunted.
ways to use my control water effects again.
So a long rest is a period of 8 hours of downtime, but you can spend 2 of those hours doing sort of non-strenuous activities.
Like talking about the fact that Imra suddenly got even bossier than before,
I know.
And-
It's amazing that happened.
Learning my new dance routine.
and the fact that I'm suddenly scared. I don't like
Yeah.
this.
So you may be able to sort of chat and try to figure out what you might do to solve
Yeah,
the problem.
let's do that.
Am I
So-
self-aware enough to notice this, or do I need somebody else to
Yeah, I was wondering
roll
too.
something?
That's a good question. I feel like why don't you make an insight roll?
And if you
That
don't do
thing?
well, I'll roll insight and use that to kind of talk to you about yourself.
Therapy. You'll roll therapy.
There's my insight roll of a 5.
8 is not great either.
The
Imra, what
blind
about you?
leading the blind.
Should we all try some insight?
Yes, please.
16.
Mine.
Oh, okay. Imra, you seem pretty, like, you sort of, now that you have a chance to, like, back off a little bit and think about this, you remember, like, the ghosts sort of, particularly the ghost of Rose, was seemed kind of like a bossy-ish type, and you definitely remember of being, like, sort of psychically attacked by the ghost. So you're starting to put two and two together, and you feel pretty strongly like this is not you, this is some element of the ghost possessing you. And you would guess there's basically two options. One, you can sort of think of like you might be able to sort of scare the ghost out of possessing you, but there might be a more long-term way to sort of deal with the ghost. You suspect that it would have something to do with like sort of like laying them to rest.
So I convey this. So since we came into this room, I felt a little weird. I mean, I know I was impatient before, but I feel like that's kind of ramped up a little bit, and I may be a little bit more reckless and bossy than I was. And I'm wondering if it has something to do with these kids. And I'm wondering if Bruldish is maybe feeling the same thing. I don't know. She came in here with me at the same time, so
I'm not feeling bossy at all.
that's. Okay, I didn't
Yes, you
articulate that
are!
well.
I shrug like an obnoxious little brother.
Yeah. So I don't know. Is there something we can do to make these kids and their spirits feel better?
I did pray over their bodies. That was a thing I have already done. But
think we have
You
to
felt like
bury
that
them.
was a good step, but it probably wasn't quite. You Bruldish, you have a feeling since you are a paladin, you has some religious training. You want to give me a religion roll, actually?
yep, rolling now. 11.
Yeah. You feel like that was good and you were on the right track, but maybe you didn't take it far enough.
So, I don't know about you, but our customs as druids and as elves is to return to the earth after our death. These folks are laying in rooms, and
But I
that's-
covered them with a sheet.
yeah, but it's like synthetic fibers, and we know what the Bible says about that.
Polyester. It's
Yeah.
not
A
okay.
roughly hempen hewn sheet.
So, what probably needs to happen is some good old classic burial.
And possibly some like sanctification or holy. I don't have the spell that the
Anybody
actual,
have some olive oil?
official sanctification.
You also, so let me think here. Someone, who is the most sort of, is Bruldish the most sort of clergy-ish of all of you? You don't have a cleric, right?
Well, no, because I wanted to be a cleric, but everybody
Right,
died,
okay.
so I couldn't do it.
You also some of you might remember something. So like Elivor's idea strikes you as a good one of somehow finding a way to like lay these children perhaps literally to rest.
I mean, maybe we could put them in their actual crypts downstairs in the basement
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
after our rest.
Yeah.
Okay. So you sort of discussed this idea, and during that time you set up, a watch just to make sure that nothing springs upon you unaware, and you take a night's rest. Yay!
All right.
How many hit dice do we get back?
So you get back half of your total number of hit dice, but you always get at least one back, I believe.
How do I know what my total number of
Yeah.
hit dice
Yeah,
is?
that's
if
right.
it's
Should
not
be
on
based
here?
on your level. I think you all have 2 hit dice.
Should have
Okay.
2.
Okay.
So if
For
you,
at least a sorcerer, yeah.
so you will get 1 back. If you already
Okay.
had 1, you will now have 2. If you had 0, you now have 1.
Yay.
Yay.
And what does it do for hit points then?
You regain all of your last hit points, so you're up to maximum.
Yay!
Is there anywhere on the Roll20 character sheet to keep track of spell slots?
Yes. On the spells tab.
Let me look. Oh, there it is. Okay.
There it
So you
is.
have to kind of, I would find basically there's 2 slots there. It doesn't well label them. You just have to pick which one is going to be your maximum and which one's going to be how many you
Current.
have left.
Okay, I see that. Oh, wait, hang on. Does a long rest means I can learn spells? Because I don't have...
You are a sorcerer, correct?
Yes.
I think for you, a long rest can be used to possibly swap spells. What kind of sorcerer are you? Draconic?
Just a sorcerer, I think.
Oh, you haven't
Good
got
one.
A good one.
I'm great. You should have a sorcerer's origin, a draconic bloodline or wild magic.
Going through the Roll20 character sheet.
It might not be on there.
Can't sorcerers just cast any of this? They don't need to memorize spells.
Yeah, I don't
right?
think you do need
They just
to.
cast
Well, that's the
whatever they
thing.
know.
I still have spells known, but I only have 2 down, which means I can have another. I
Yeah,
guess.
you should be able to learn. When you leveled up to level 2, you should have learned a new spell.
Ooh.
Which I think we discussed, but I can't remember if you ended up picking something or not.
Yeah, I can't.
Did you end up?
Either.
You didn't pick Burning Hands? Maybe we talked about that.
No, that was the scroll we found in the chest.
Gotcha.
Because I remember using that and possibly burning up Micah. I'm so sorry.
These things happen.
Yeah. Okay, so I get to learn another thing, I guess.
You do, and we can figure out very quickly what that is based on your sorcerer list, which I think is only of a first level spell. Sorcerer spells at first level. There are a lot. Burning Hands, Charm Person, Chromatic Orb, Color Spray, Comprehend Languages, Detect Magic, Disguise Self, Expeditious Retreat.
Ooh.
False
Yeah,
Life,
I found the list.
Featherfall, Mage Armor, Magic Missile.
I have Magic
Gary
Missile.
has
I think I have Magic Missile and Shield. I think. I'll do Thunder Wave.
Very powerful.
Everyone loves the Thunder Wave.
Doesn't somebody already have Thunderwave?
Felt like maybe Micah? Did Elevor have Thunder Wave?
Yeah, I've thunder waved.
All right. I just wanted to make sure that Brian hadn't already decided to take that, and that's why it sounded familiar.
Oh. Wait.
Witch Bolt's
Am I holding us up, or is there anything else we need to do?
anybody? Has everybody gotten their hit points and spell slots and all that stuff back?
How
The dice?
many spell slots total do I have? I'm not sure that I updated my character sheet.
You are a second level ranger.
60.
Correct? No.
That
Second
is
level
correct.
ranger, you have 2 first level spell slots.
Okay, thank you. I'm actually going to run to the restroom really quick.
Okay, that's fine.
Great. I'm now on Ethernet, which is good because video is crapping out on me every so often.
Nice.
Steven is streaming like 3 hockey games in the other room, and this is still working fine. So
Nice.
One from England.
Of course. All those
Chef-
bits have so much farther to go.
Sheffield versus something or other. Yeah.
Brian, did you decide on a...
Yes, and
Spell?
oh boy, it's a good one. It's Silent Image, wherein I get to conjure up any sort of thing within a 15-foot cube. There's no larger than a 15-foot cube, rather. Conjure up an image of an object, creature, or some other visible phenomenon no larger than a 15-foot cube. I can use my action to cause the image to move. This is going to be awesome. I'm really excited.
All right,
I get
great.
to create like decoys
Fantastic.
of like our entire party and like hide it over there to maybe distract a ghost. Who knows?
I had no idea that Druid Craft was so powerful until I started reading about it. Like I can create fire. I can create a bunch. It's very interesting.
Yeah, there's good stuff. That's druids. Druids can do a lot of things.
We can do so much. We can save the world. We can make flowers blossom.
It's going to be the most
on
musical
my
TPK
musical
thanks to
career
me
as
and Micah.
well.
Excellent.
Excellent. I can make the faint odor of a skunk.
That would have done a lot for that mimic.
It just runs away. I hate the smell of skunks.
All right. Has everybody gotten all their housekeeping done?
Just
I think so.
about.
I need to
Does
go
anybody
vacuum.
remember me declaring what kind of fighting style I chose at second level? Because apparently I didn't write that down.
What are your choices that might...
Defense, dueling, great weapon fighting, or protection. I probably would have taken defense or protection given our circumstances. But didn't write
I
that
don't
down.
remember you.
So maybe I
telling
just
me.
didn't choose.
I don't either.
Okay. Well, I'm taking protection because clearly that's what this party needs.
I don't know if that was a slight,
nice.
but
Okay.
I'll pretend.
Yeah. So
What are you saying?
you have a shield, Brildish.
I do have a shield, yes.
Okay, so when you're using that, basically, whenever somebody attacks someone that is not you, but is basically within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on an attack roll. Keep in mind, your reaction is a thing that happens only once per round. So you can't stop every attack, but you can stop one attack per round.
Gotcha. I look
Handy
forward
when
to-
fighting a single creature like the Mimic.
Yeah.
Mimic.
Yep.
Mimic.
I get it, because you were mimicking him.
You're all fired.
Severance, please.
Oh, you'll get some severance, guys.
Good. That's what I wanted. I don't understand.
Okay.
I really like that movie. The bear trap scene is my favorite.
Oh.
All right. Everybody all set?
Yeah.
All
Great. All right.
set.
So you wake up, you rouse yourselves from your sleep.
Good morning, everybody.
You remember that you
Ooh.
decided to lay some
Chipper.
small children skeletons to rest, which puts a little bit of a damper on your morning.
I'm very chipper.
I had a nice nightmare. Now back to real life.
So,
Somehow worse.
what are you guys actually doing at this point?
My vote is we bring the children's corpses down to their crypt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gently.
Since we're here.
Wait, should we check the clay room first?
Yes.
no,
clay?
we should bring them because we're already here.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be
no, I think we should-
disrespectful to leave them behind.
We have a sack
Again.
or something. We can throw their skeletons in the sack.
We can use the sheets and make.
What kind of monk are you?
Body
A
bags.
good one.
I'm a monk. They have passed on beyond these mortal concerns.
That's where we find out that he failed out of monk school.
I feel like they haven't passed
monkish.
on. They haven't passed on quite as far as we would like. I think we
Yeah.
sort of determined that.
They did make a pit stop, so
Yeah, right here. The pit stop is right here.
well, that's what you should have thought before you opened that Roy Rogers in your head.
I'm not a highway oasis, guys.
So anyway, let's take these bodies down to the crypt.
Yeah. Does somebody have like rough, like thread and needle? We could, nicely sew them into the sheets.
Aw.
Actual. Yeah.
I have calligrapher supplies, so I write on the sheet, "Dead child."
Don't dead, open inside.
We
Well,
are terrible people.
Hey, don't we. This is not we. This is he.
I feel like you are able to fashion a makeshift sort of shroud for the remains and then carry them back down
Respectfully.
respectfully. Back
I
down
will
to the
carry.
dungeon.
They're probably small enough that I can carry both of them.
I think that's probably true. So let's go back down.
Very respectfully.
You are back at the bottom of the stairs where you came in before, and as you recall from last time that you walked past these, I believe that the ones to the north, those are the ones you didn't bother going into, right?
Great.
Yes, the ones to the north are marked with rose. The top one with so this one is, oops, on the wrong thing. This one is marked Rosavalda Durst, and this one is marked Thornbolt Durst.
Every rose has its
I
thorn.
think we did that one last time.
Yep.
and it's back again.
So each one is sealed with a slab, so you're going to need to actually remove the slab in order to do this.
I remove Rose's slab.
Give me a strength athletics check.
Athletics is a thing I gotta check on the sheet.
I can help with that if you want.
That's true. I think the
I've got
paladin
a
might be.
negative one.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh, wow.
Better than me. I
Bellaman
can-
is just like. So you pop them. Which one did you open?
Rose.
All right, so this.
Remember I wanted to check these corpses, or these crypts before the orb incident?
Hey,
For the.
that door is not a mimic. That's good.
All right, so you open up, and there is basically a empty coffin on a stone bier.
Okay. I will gently set her into the coffin and say some prayers to Hela and whatever other gods I think might be appropriate at this point. And is there a lid for the coffin, or do we just sort of close the?
Yeah, you
the
can
slab?
you can sort of lever the lid on top and close the slab behind you.
Okay.
When you place the child's remains in the coffin and seal it up, Imra, you feel a weight lifted off you. You no longer feel excessively bossy. You will return to
Nobody
good old
notices.
Emerald level of bossy. Bordering on excessive anyway.
Now you're not bossy, you're the boss.
Yeah, I am.
You're the bosser.
Oh, Bruce Springsteen, I'm such a huge fan. Welcome to our T&D campaign.
All right. Well, Bellaman, you did such a great job with that first slab. You want to crack open the next?
Let's do it. Lightning doesn't strike twice, but let's do it. I
No
hang
problem,
out, kind
says
of.
Bellman.
I crack my neck. I stretch a little bit, and I go, "Yeah, I can do this." I got a 17. That's a 20, non-natural.
Wow, okay, that's enough. You just like lever that sucker right off, and there's another empty room with an empty coffin and a stone beer for you to do with as you wish.
No skin
will-
off my. What do
do
I
this-
have? Hands.
Scales? No scales off your nose? Yeah.
I will do the same thing, perhaps with a little bit more intense feeling, since
Okay.
I'm sort of carrying his spirit.
And as you say the words, you feel that cloud of fear that had descended upon you and sort of colored everything that you did, washed away as though you have stepped into a beam of sunlight, and you are no longer afraid.
Ooh, I turn back to everybody and smile a great big smile, which is really creepy given all the scars on my face.
Excellent.
I'm back, baby.
All right. So you put that slab back into place.
Yep.
And here you are once again in the dungeon. That beam of sunlight dissipates as you realize you're still stuck in a dungeon.
In a dungeon. Yeah, all right, off to that clay wall. Boom.
Hey,
Yep, agreed.
yeah, Paladin, open that clay wall.
I start chipping away.
All right,
at
you
the,
basically can you realize there's basically a door behind it that you can push open.
open.
Thank you. Quality Foley work as always. Beyond it, you see a stairway.
Oh,
There's
God.
so many stairs.
Are those
This
stairs
one is going up.
Who designed this house?
All right, I want to see what's up.
So
yeah,
you,
we've already been everywhere else in the house. Let's. This
we
is probably
haven't.
like a secret
We have
passage.
not.
We haven't
Or
been
like
down.
in the.
Oh, is the ghostly
wait.
chanting still happening, Dan?
oh yeah.
Is
If
it
anything,
louder
more-
from back here, or?
No, it does not change. I mean, it maybe gets a little quieter as you go up those stairs.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Are you going up those stairs?
I still want to.
Yeah.
All right.
my thing-
So
Do we need our marching order, or?
you're fine for the moment.
Okay.
At the top of the stairs, there's a stone landing. And there's a 6-foot high ceiling. There's close-fitting planks above you with a wooden trapdoor set into it.
I think this
Is
will
this the
lead
bottom
back
of the
to like.
Dumbwaiter.
Probably in the
Yeah.
kitchen. I'm gonna guess.
The
When I
trapdoor is
smash
bolted
through.
shut right here. But you could easily
bolted from
undo
this
that.
side, or?
Yep, it's bolted from this side.
All right, I unbolt it and ready for a face full of dust as I open it up.
All right, you unbolt it, and we'll just pop back for 1 second here. You find yourself in the den that you may recall from the first floor, right over here in the bottom left corner of the map here.
Oh.
So this den here, where there's a bunch of little wolves, and there was a fireplace and stuff like that. Basically, you lift the trapdoor, and a section of the floor that you did not realize opens right up, and there you're in the den.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Okay, well,
Good.
all right, back down, guys.
Here's our
Back
quick escape.
down.
I
back
take
up,
one
back up.
one long lingering look at the marble staircase. Oh, that marble.
You admire the marble.
And then
For
down
some
As you
reason, I like the
descend
fact that it's
once again.
shiny, but I couldn't tell you why.
All right, so you're back down. You have found a trapdoor that leads up into
All right.
the house proper.
Okay.
Proper.
So I
Ooh,
think
now,
Drop a house.
now there's the dining room or the den-ish room down here that has that
Yeah.
doorway.
let's go there.
Can we
Yep.
do like perception checks in that dinish room?
Sure.
I'm going in.
Yeah, we're gonna search this room.
I got a 13 in perception.
There's not much in here other than everything seems pretty. I mean, there's those candlesticks. There's some empty clayware on the table, but otherwise seems, kind of dusty like a lot of the rest of the stuff. And doesn't seem like it's been used in a long time.
Okay. What's down this hallway? Can we see a little farther now that we're in the room?
Sure, absolutely. You can see into what looks like. Is someone popping their head around this corner?
Yeah, I will.
All right. So you see what looks like a bedroom.
It's a bedroom, guys.
This contains a large wood frame bed with a
go in.
rotted feather mattress, a wardrobe, a pair of iron candlesticks, an open crate which contains a bunch of torches and a leather sack, And at the foot of the bed is a wooden footlocker. And yeah.
I got a 17 perception to see if there's anything else sort of hidden around.
There are some dust bunnies under the bed. But
Bunnies.
other than that, are you looking in any of the things in particular, like the
I'll
wardrobe?
look in the sack.
And the sack in the crate contains 15 candles.
Nice.
Only 15.
One more, and we would have had something.
No.
15 candles.
See, it just doesn't work as well.
Should we check the mimic footlocker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kick the footlocker
You kick the
With my foot.
footlocker.
just to see if it tries to stick to my boot.
It does not stick to your boot, and sort of the lid rattles. From what you can tell, it's unlocked.
All right. I open it.
You open it and find in it there's a cloak, a small wooden coffer. There's a chain shirt, a mess kit, a flask, a lantern, what looks like a set of thieves' tools, a yellow leather book.
I take it.
I hand the thieves' tools to Elivor.
All right, so Bruldish, when you take something out of that,
It's the thieves' tools. That's what I'm reaching for.
yep, you grab the thieves' tools and you hear sort of this weird, like, crumbling sound almost from the walls behind Bruldish and behind Bellamin.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, arms burst out of the wall
Ah!
and try to grab Bellamin and Bruldish.
This happens all the time.
Oh, it's a hug.
We found the legendary hugging wall of Death House.